Hey YouTube, Mochismo Eugene. Another video from Exit Strategy. Welcome. Today I want you guys to take note of a little clip I discovered on YouTube. There's a documentary going around about Natalia Grace documentary. She's essentially a woman, young girl at the age of 8 and 9 years old. She has extreme dwarfism. As you can see in the picture, you might not be able to see, but long story short, she was adopted by an American family, husband and wife, and she is Ukrainian descent, and they adopted her and essentially switched up on her and had her led to believe that she was severely schizophrenia. She was trying to essentially kill them. And this goes on. I don't know the ins and out of the whole story, but I just got a little bit of it. Enough to know that what you're about to observe here, this is the father who adopted her, and they've had him set down for an interview. And you'll see here real quick where this goes left. But I want you to pay strict attention to her, as you can see her there. One thing about people who have been abused, when they ask the question, they're poised. There is no deception in them at all. They are directed. They are, their gaze is concentrated. And there was a movie with Nicolas Cage, Face Off. At the end of the movie, Nicolas Cage and this identical carbon copy of sorts saying, "I'm not the bad guy, he's the bad guy." And this goes back and forth. But when you're in a room such as this room you're about to observe, I don't own the rights to this, by the way. It's just a clip, and my phone is pointed towards the TV. So that's a full disclaimer there. I don't want to get copyright violations for that. And this is just educational purposes only. And I want you to pay strict attention to how this goes left. I'm not going to even pause. I'm not going to interject my opinion or comments. I'll just let you watch it until the end. I think it's about 5 minutes, if you can bear with me.
If you're talking philosophically.
No, like I want to know, why did you adopt me in the first place? Why?
Many of these questions, there's not going to be a single answer to. Look, I've learned recently you and I had the same monster, Christine. And we are here because we both were incredible victims of an otherworldly type of abuse.
Okay.
Said I wouldn't stop it, but I am going to.
I'll do my best.
I want you guys to pay attention at how this guy is trying to search for. It's almost like Will Smith. This will be synonymous with these people when they're trying to escape responsibility, accountability, you name it. We know narcissistic personality disorder people, borderline personality disorder people, they pass the buck. And this guy here, he is psychotic. He's deeply psychotic to the point where you can see his mannerism. He believes his own BS, but at the same time, he doesn't know what he believes because he's searching for an explanation, but he runs around the question. She asked him, "Why did you adopt me?" And he goes on to try to enmesh and incorporate her in his madness, saying, "You and I recently found out you and I signed on to the same monster." Speak for yourself, psycho. But this is how they'll change the narrative on you. This is just like if they were in a counseling session of sorts, which this is the capacity of that, because you have some people in the background you'll see in a minute. There's cameraman, there are the producers and everybody, and they'll tell him many times to stop don't use swear words. When you challenge a narcissist and tell them not to do something, they'll tell you, oh, I'm going to try my very best. But they won't do none of the sort. That thing you told them or you asked them kindly not to do, that's the very thing they'll do, because that's part of the gaslighting. And that's what he's attempting to do here, gaslight this girl. And you can see everything within her is trying to contain herself, because the look on her face says, this is BS, just get to the point. But you can't get these people to answer a question, a straight question with a straight answer. And I'm saying this and I'm interjecting this because whoever's watching this video, you need to pay attention to the people who you're in trust a conversation with. When you're in trust and you value what they're saying to you, they don't value what you're asking them. So look and learn and listen at their body language, their mannerism or the lack thereof. They don't have any interest in giving you the answers that you need.
I speak in a certain way. I'll do my best.
Second, what do you mean by you were a victim?
Oh God. This is all stuff you don't know.
That's why she's asking.
Want to elaborate?
Yeah, I do. You want to give me time to do it?
You hear what he just said? You want to give me time to do it?
Easy.
With a straight stare. It's demonic. Very demonic.
I had the same monster you did. I was exceptionally controlled and put down and threatened, was minimalized.
No eye contact
was
at all.
Was ripped from me, and I was guided and instructed to be exactly what she wanted me to be.
What do you mean by threatened?
Her favorite threat was taking the boys away from me and making sure I would never see them ever again.
Why didn't you leave?
That's the best question ever. I tried. And these answers aren't going to be
That is so fake.
what you're looking for to a degree, but I tried to leave her no less than 10 times. I ended up in the hospital regularly over it.
Why did you marry her?
That's a whole question.
Before you do that, let's respect God in this place.
I'm
All
sorry.
right, let's not use curse words. I know you probably
That he shouldn't have never done, because what this narcissist is doing is looking for an escape route, and he's giving it to him. This the religiosity that keeps us blinded from looking at the monsters for what they are.
That sounds crazy, but don't be a Christian. See, you can't impose your standard of living. He's his own man. You understand that? And God is in control. You understand that? God is in control. We're not gonna do anything with my
That's the escape route he was looking for. Okay, guys. Sorry. That's the escape route he was looking for. And they gave it to him. I really wish they hadn't have interjected in that interaction, because he would have found a way. If it not had been that, it would have been something. They are always looking for an exit route. That's why you must form an exit strategy prematurely. Before you even get the answers that they're never going to give you, you need to formulate an exit strategy for yourself, for your sanity, your welfare, your health, and your safety. Because what you're doing is inciting a riot inside of these people. They know you know that the jig is up. They know that you have questions that they need to really truly answer and give them closure to. Give you closure to. They don't want you to have closure. That's the whole ideal. They have come into your life to dismantle your peace, dismantle your way of life, and they're supposed to bounce. They're supposed to get going, hit the high road.
while you're bleeding out, gasping for breath. And if you ever have the opportunity to get them in a position like this, see, this wasn't a counseling session. You know what I would have liked if this guy had been in this setting and whoever orchestrated it, you had people in the background that were an awakened empaths, not so much psychologists, but people who were aware of what narcissism was, that you would have been able to see that picture played out in its entirety. It would have been a great thing to observe, because what you have, it would have been the best movie of sorts that you could have ever watched, because you would have been able to take note of a narcissist revealing themselves to you in stark detail, which is rare to get them to do this. And if you're in, say, a psychological counseling session, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, they will use the psychologist against you and pit the psychologist. They would take every word you say, take it out of context, and have the counselor on their side. But there are many episodes to this. I'm going to get off of here soon and go look into this, because there are a lot of things that I really want to talk to you guys about that are out in the atmosphere by way of the media, stories that have happened. I talk a lot about the Murdoch trial, where he murdered his wife and son and lied and said that it was some stranger came over to the dog kennel and killed him. But his dumbass didn't realize that the GPS and the navigation system inside of these new cars has a pinging system. It pings like a phone. It bounces off of satellites, and they were able to retrieve where this car went, how long it stayed, on and on and on. So it dismissed and turned his story upside down. And even when he was caught in his lies, he took the stand, giving his testimony. And if you ever want to watch a narcissist on the stand lying in plain sight, go and check out this Murdoch trial. He's a guy out of the Carolinas, I believe. And there are many others. Chris Watts. We can go on and on and on. These people exist around us in every capacity: workplace, church, family. A lot of us empaths are in the psych wards, and I'm going to do somewhat of a documentary here soon. That's what I'm actually praying to God, and I'm hopes to work on, because I'm going to take a break away from just different subject matters, and I'm going to focus on the psychology of these psych centers around where I live. They're walking distance to where I live. When I say walking distance, 3 minutes, and they're all in the same vicinity. And I'm going to get you some great pictures of different things, and you're going to be able to see that there is evil among us in many ways that we have not noticed before, but we have noticed and we just pass it off. Our schools are a form of indoctrination, worse than they've ever been. It's a systematic overthrow of a person's individuality. They're trying to train drones, not just train people to be productive in life, but be productive where it facilitates the powers of darkness. But this can linger. I don't want to get deep into that, but I will be coming back soon with different types of content. Like I said before, guys, I am working on me in a major way, but I've never, ever forgotten about any of the people here that appreciate my presence, and the ones that come on and watch and listen to what I have to say. You're always thought of. You're always in my prayers. And when you don't see me, just know that I'm thinking about you guys, and I need for you guys to get going, doing the things that you need to do that regard you, your family, your loved ones, and the friends that you believe are solid. And so don't forget to pray, ask God to help you, because you can't figure this thing out on your own. God will give you eyes to see this stuff, man. And when he starts to giving you that vision where you can see things that you couldn't have normally saw with your normal eyes, you'll be forever grateful, and you'll know that there is a God that cares about you. But self-care, get going on that, man. And with that being said, bless.